Hey everyone, Camden here with the Ranking Ball preview show for Friday, March 8th, 2019. The weekend is here, time for some sports and some fun. Let's go. Here are your standings after last night's games. We have Milwaukee, Toronto, and Indiana, top three for the East, and Golden State, Denver, and Houston for the West. So far, we have two teams eliminated from playoff contention, the New York Knicks and the Phoenix Suns. Last night there were only two games. We had the Pacers and the Bucks. Bucks beat the Pacers 117-98. They kind of pulled ahead later in the fourth quarter. Up until then, it was a pretty close game until Giannis kind of went crazy. And man, he is definitely in that contention for the MVP of the year. Whereas the Thunder went into Portland and they beat them 129-121. Today's matches, we have the Wizards at Hornets, Mavs at Magic, Cavs at Heat, Pistons at Bulls, 76ers at Rockets, Jazz at Grizzlies, Raptors at Pelicans, Nuggets at Warriors, Thunders, and Clippers. For your sports news, NBA veteran Vince Carter says that he wants to play one more season in the NBA. The 42-year-old is averaging 7.1 points in 16.6 minutes. So it's not like he is not seeing play. He's not just sitting on the bench like a lot of other older players in the game these days. He's actually going out and still scoring points. So he's able to actually produce for the team like the Hawks. Whether the Hawks will continue to keep him is another story. Some kind of drama, still more drama within the Lakers. Blazer center Enes Kanter, when he was being traded from the Knicks, said that he didn't want to sign with the Lakers because of the drama that is facing the team and LeBron James. Enes Kanter got traded to the Blazers around the same time that the Anthony Davis drama was going on with the Lakers and the Pelicans. So we all know that the Lakers this year are gonna fail to make the playoffs. So I wonder if Kanter would have gone to the Lakers, do you think he would have made a difference? Also in Laker news, team says that they're gonna scale back LeBron James's minutes from play, and they're also going to pull him back from back-to-backs. So say, the team has one game one time, and then one day, and then the next day of another game, they're most likely going to let LeBron James sit those day-to-days, those back-to-back games. This could be due to the fact that he hasn't been 100% since being injured in December. So he was out for a couple months, came back, but still hasn't been able to play. There's been a lot of mocking of him, especially his defense, after he said it's time to go into playoff push. He hasn't really been the model of playoff push these days. In the NFL, some big news regarding Antonio Brown. There is strong sources saying that he will be going to the Buffalo Bills. For what, we're not really sure. But that is that the Steelers and the Buffalo Bills are talking and most likely going to send him to the Bills. Today's featured match, we have the 76ers at the Rockets. That is at 8 p.m. Eastern. For your injuries, it's all centers. Boban and Embiid are going to be out for the 76ers. Joel Embiid has been out for a couple of games. With the Rockets, you have Iman Shumpert and Kenneth Faried are going to be out as well. So, a centerless game. Should be fun. A lot of shooting. Previous game starters with 76ers at the Bulls. Starters with Harris, Johnson, Simmons, Redick, and Butler. With the Rockets versus the Raptors, there was Tucker, Capella, Paul, Harden, and Gordon. Chris Paul recently came back from injury, so he's been working within the lineup for the past couple of days. Possible starters for tonight, pretty much the same thing going into it, so don't expect any change. with the starting lineup. Here are your ratings, your highest fantasy point averages going into tonight's games. Of course, a couple of the players that are in here aren't going to be playing, especially like Joel Embiid. He's not going to be playing, and Boban, who aren't playing. Other big things is, Kenneth Farid, he's not playing, and Ian Shumpert. So we have some big players, some big centers who aren't going to be playing tonight, but we know that for both teams, they've been pretty good shooting. They've been shooting teams. They've both been doing pretty well without their centers. Maybe the 76ers maybe struggling a little bit without Embiid. So we'll see. We'll have to see going into tonight when you have two centerless teams playing against each other. Here are my winning 16 by fantasy points by 48. You have your top, I'm gonna say your top 8, right? You have Harden, Simmons, Capella, Harris, Paul, Butler, Redick, Gordon. Somebody who I'm going to take out of here in this top is Clint Capella. He's been playing as well the past couple of games, and who has been playing well is Austin Rivers. I would replace wherever you were going to put Capella and put Austin Rivers in that place. I'll show a little bit later. Now's the time for you to pause and look at some of the stats from the season. We have your season averages, some advanced stats for you in the offense and defense. Last 5 game stats, those are the ones that I feel like the most common important stats to look at because they reflect current events. 76ers and Rockets. Rockets been scoring more points than them, 116, but with under the amount of field goals made. You see that 76ers are only shooting 111 points with 41 buckets made, while it's a Rockets scoring 116 with 39 points made. So where's it all coming from? We've got some more Rockets are shooting more free throws, and they're also shooting more threes. So Rockets going from behind the arc, like I said, they don't have any centers going in here. We haven't seen that 76ers shooting more threes in the past couple of games as well. So that's where you should see all your stats coming from. So Rockets going to be shooting threes. 76ers going to be trying to maybe going more into the paint, shooting for more twos, seeing if they get in there. Rockets not really a defensive team, but they are pretty efficient at shooting, especially Harden, who has been taking a lot, definitely scoring a lot of points in every single game. This is my draft board. So this is mostly a centerless game, as I said before. That means that there's going to be more players going into the paint or shooting threes. So expect a more just kind of looser game and not as physically defensive in this match. So there's going to be a lot of points scored. I wouldn't be surprised if both teams go over 120 in this match. So I would definitely choose the over in this matchup. As I said before, Clint Capella hasn't been performing as well, but Austin Rivers has. Austin Rivers is scoring 12 points compared with Capella, who has 7.7 points in these past couple games. And we've also noticed that the Rockets aren't getting as many rebounds, so they're not playing defensively. So that's why I would replace Capella with Austin Rivers in this matchup in that spot. So in my main X, I got Harden, Simmons, Paul, and Harris. Other X, Gordon, Rivers, Riddick, and Butler. So that's my plan going into tonight. So I also want to give a heads up to those who have RBG. We will be listed on coinbene.com on March 18th. Right now, you can still go into coinbene.com and go to our IEO and buy some RBG if you like. Don't forget, we also have real money contests going on in 26 states in the US. So if you are wanting to play Ranking Ball for real money, that is possible right now at RankingBall.com. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and you can check us out on social media like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube, and a lot more other places. So have a good weekend, and I'll see you next Monday.